What if I told you that reality itself bends, not when you act harder, but when you breathe differently? Let that sink in for a moment. The world outside is not fixed. It's a mirror, constantly reshaping itself based on the energy you project from within. And the key to mastering that projection is something you've been doing since the moment you were born: breathing. But not just any breathing. I'm talking about the observer breath. A conscious rhythm that shifts you from being trapped in the storm of your mind to becoming the engineer of your reality. Most people breathe shallow, mechanical, unaware. And in that unconscious breath, they stay locked inside repetitive cycles. The same struggles, the same failures, the same patterns. But when you learn to observe your breath, to ride it with awareness, something magical happens. You stop reacting to life and start designing it. You step into the quantum role of the observer, and in quantum mechanics, the observer changes the outcome. Imagine having that power over your life. In this video, I'm going to show you how the observer breath rewires your brain, aligns your energy, and literally engineers reality from the inside out. This is not hype. This is science. This is spiritual technology hidden in plain sight. Are you ready to unlock it? Let's begin. Close your eyes for a moment and take one deep breath. Not the kind of breath you take when you're stressed, shallow and tight. I mean a full, expansive breath that fills your lungs and grounds your body. Feel that. That's life force moving through you. That's the observer breath beginning its work. Here's the truth: your nervous system is the control panel of your reality. When you're stuck in survival mode, your breath is short, your heart races, your brain floods with fear. And so, reality mirrors that back. Chaos, struggle, endless resistance. But when you shift your breathing pattern into awareness, everything changes. The observer breath places you in the driver's seat of your energy. You move from reaction to creation. This isn't just about calming down. It's about upgrading the frequency that writes your reality. Science has shown that when you breathe consciously, your brain waves slow down, your heart coherence strengthens, and your electromagnetic field expands. In simpler words, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the engineer of them. With every conscious inhale, you're pulling life toward you. With every mindful exhale, you're letting go of illusions that don't serve you. This is how we engineer reality from within, not by forcing the outside, but by aligning the inside. And the entry point is always the breath. Have you ever noticed how your life feels different on days when your breathing feels light, open, and free? That's not random. It's because breath is the quantum key, the bridge between the physical and the unseen. The observer breath takes this ordinary act and transforms it into a tool for engineering your destiny. Imagine a movie screen. Your breath is the projector light, and your thoughts are the film reel. If your breathing is chaotic, the light flickers, and the movie of your life looks distorted. But when you align your breath with awareness, the light shines clear, and the story becomes sharp, vibrant, and powerful. Scientists call this observer effect. The fact that observing something changes its behavior. In the same way, when you observe your breath, you're actually shifting the outcome of your reality. This is why monks, mystics, and visionaries have placed breathwork at the heart of transformation for thousands of years. They weren't just calming their bodies. They were editing the code of reality. The observer breath is not about escaping life. It's about engineering it from the inside out. You can walk into the same room as everyone else, but your frequency changes how reality meets you. That's why some people attract abundance, love, and clarity effortlessly, while others drown in chaos. It's not luck, it's energy alignment through awareness. The best part: it all begins with one inhale, one exhale. Are you starting to see the power you've had all along? Most people wake up every day and step into chaos before they even leave the bed. Notifications buzzing, thoughts racing, body already tense. And without realizing it, they've engineered a reality of struggle simply by the way they breathe. Shallow breath equals shallow energy, but here's where the observer breath flips the script. Instead of letting chaos decide your day, you create space. Imagine beginning your morning not with stress, but with 3 conscious breaths. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. In those moments, you're no longer a victim of the storm. You're the eye of it. The breath pulls you into awareness. You start to see the noise of life as just that, noise. And suddenly, clarity emerges. Your brain chemistry shifts, your heart rhythm smooths, your body's electromagnetic field broadcasts peace. What happens next? Reality bends to match. That stressful meeting flows smoothly. That difficult conversation feels lighter. Opportunities seem to land right in your lap. Is it magic? No, it's the science of energy. When you change your breathing, you change your frequency. When you change your frequency, you change your reality. The observer breath turns every inhale into creation and every exhale into release. From chaos to creation, one conscious breath at a time. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need hours of meditation or complex rituals. Just your awareness and your breath. That's the foundation of engineering reality from within. Think of yourself as an architect. You've been handed the raw materials of energy, thought, and emotion. But here's the secret: your breath is the blueprint. Without conscious breathing, the building you create is unstable, chaotic, fragile. But when you use the observer breath, you become the inner architect of your reality. With every inhale, you're drawing energy into your design. With every exhale, you're releasing what no longer supports the structure. Suddenly, your life stops being random and starts looking intentional. You may have noticed how stressed people breathe. Fast, shallow, erratic. Their buildings crumble under pressure because their foundation is weak. But a conscious breather, they build cathedrals of peace, skyscrapers of focus, bridges of opportunity. That's the difference. The observer breath isn't about controlling life. It's about designing it from the inside out. The world outside follows the plans you lay within. It's why 2 people in the same situation can have completely different realities. One drowns in fear, the other rises in flow. The blueprint makes the difference. So ask yourself, what are you building with your breath right now? Chaos or clarity? Fear or freedom? The observer breath puts the pencil back in your hand, reminding you that you are the designer, not the victim. And once you accept that role, reality can't help but bend to your plans. Let's play with a thought experiment. Imagine your future self. Confident, abundant, peaceful, powerful. They already exist in the quantum field, waiting for you to align with them. How do you bridge the gap? Through the observer breath. When you breathe consciously, you're not just filling your lungs. You're syncing with timelines. Each inhale pulls in the energy of the future you desire. Each exhale dissolves the past that no longer serves. It's like tuning a radio. Right now, many of us are stuck on static stations. Confusion, fear, stress. But with the observer breath, you twist the dial until you lock onto the frequency of the future you want. And once you hold that frequency, reality begins to reorganize. You'll start noticing coincidences. The right people, the right opportunities, the right insights flowing toward you. But let's be clear, this isn't just wishful thinking. Neuroscience shows that conscious breathing alters brainwave states, shifts chemistry, and reprograms the subconscious mind. Translation: you literally breathe your way into a new identity. The future you is not waiting for 10 years. They're waiting for one conscious breath. Every time you step into the observer breath, you're not just surviving the present, you're engineering the future. And that's the truth most people never realize. You don't chase your future. You breathe it into existence. Science has proven something extraordinary. When you observe a particle, you change its behavior. That's the foundation of quantum mechanics. But here's the hidden secret. The same principle applies to your life. The observer effect doesn't just exist in physics. It exists in your breath, your mind, your reality. When you live unconsciously, your breath is automatic, shallow, unnoticed. Your reality mirrors that: automatic cycles, shallow experiences, unnoticed opportunities. But the moment you observe your breath, everything changes. You shift from the observed to the observer. You move into the seat of power. Your energy becomes intentional. Suddenly, the chaos of your mind begins to settle. The noise of the world loses its grip. Why? Because the observer breath anchors you into awareness, and awareness engineers reality. You don't need to push or fight against life. You simply observe, breathe, and align. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a storm. Most people get swept away by the winds, but when you activate the observer breath, you step into the calm center. And from there, you guide the storm itself. This is not theory, this is lived truth. Thousands of people have discovered that the observer breath rewires their nervous system, upgrades their focus, and reshapes their experience. You don't need to believe in it blindly. Try it and watch reality bend. Because the greatest laboratory of quantum mechanics is not out there. It's inside of you, waiting with every inhale. We live in a world obsessed with external technology, smartphones, AI, machines that can do the impossible. But the greatest technology ever created has been with you since birth. It's your breath. And the observer breath is the user manual you were never taught. Think about it. Your phone needs charging, your car needs fuel, your computer needs code. But what about you? Most people run on empty, constantly drained, because they've forgotten the charger inside them. That charger is conscious breathing. When you activate the observer breath, you recharge not only your energy, but your focus, your creativity, your ability to shape reality itself. It's the hidden technology of life, one that ancient civilizations mastered long before modern science caught up. The Egyptians, the yogis, the shamans, they all knew that breath is the gateway to divine engineering. And now, science confirms that conscious breathing changes brain chemistry, balances hormones, and expands your electromagnetic field. That means your breath is not just keeping you alive, it's programming the frequency of your reality. Ask yourself this: why do billionaires, athletes, and visionaries all talk about breathwork? Because they know something the average person doesn't. Your reality is coded in your breathing. The observer breath is the ultimate technology to upgrade your life. And you don't need money, apps, or machines. You just need awareness. The charger is inside you, and the moment you plug in, life powers up. Do you ever feel like your life is stuck on repeat? Same struggles, same arguments, same disappointments, like a movie playing over and over. That's not fate. That's your subconscious programming, and your breath is the key to breaking the loop. Most people breathe without awareness, so their subconscious runs the show. Their breath mirrors their emotions, shallow when anxious, erratic when stressed, heavy when sad, and because they never step into awareness, the cycle continues. But the observer breath is the interrupt button. It's how you break free. Imagine a record player stuck on a scratch, repeating the same sound endlessly. Now picture lifting the needle and placing it on a new track. That's what happens when you bring awareness to your breathing. The cycle breaks, your nervous system resets, your brain shifts gears. Suddenly, you're not reacting to old programming. You're creating new possibilities. This is why trauma, fear, and limitation feel permanent to so many people. They're breathing unconsciously, reinforcing the same patterns. But the observer breath interrupts the loop and gives you the power to choose again. You become the author of your script, the director of your movie, the engineer of your reality. If your life has felt like a loop, it's time to press stop. Take a deep, conscious breath. That's your way out of the cycle and into a new future. In a world that never stops moving, silence feels rare and stillness feels impossible. But the greatest shifts don't happen when you speed up. They happen when you pause. The observer breath is the art of pause. It's the moment between inhale and exhale where reality bends. Most people miss it. They're rushing, reacting, running endlessly. But when you breathe consciously, you step into the pause. And in that pause, you reclaim your power. Neuroscience shows that the space between breaths is where the nervous system resets. It's like hitting refresh on your inner operating system. The observer breath teaches you to live in that awareness, not pulled by the past, not racing toward the future, but centered in the now. And from that center, you engineer reality. Think of an archer. Before they release the arrow, they pause. In that pause, they align with the target. The observer breath works the same way. Before you act, you breathe. Before you speak, you breathe. Before you decide, you breathe. And in that breathing, you align with the reality you want to create. That's the secret the world never taught you. Pause is power. Inhale, exhale, pause. That's the rhythm of engineering life from within. The question is, are you still running, or are you ready to pause and take control? Energy is everything. It's not philosophy, it's physics. The universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies, and so are you. But here's the truth. Your breath is the engineer of that energy. The observer breath is not just about oxygen. It's about tuning your entire field. When you breathe without awareness, your energy is scattered, leaking, unstable. That's why you feel drained, unmotivated, or blocked. But when you step into conscious observation, your energy organizes itself. It becomes coherent, powerful, magnetic. Science shows this in heart coherence studies. When you breathe consciously, your heart rhythm stabilizes and your electromagnetic field expands up to 3 feet around you. Translation: you literally broadcast a stronger frequency into the world. That's why people feel calmer around you. That's why opportunities seem to find you. You're engineering energy from the inside, and reality has no choice but to respond. The observer breath makes you a generator instead of a drainer. You stop leaking energy into fear, worry, or distraction. Instead, you circulate it into focus, clarity, and creation. The more you practice, the stronger your field becomes. And when your energy is strong, reality bends to meet it. This isn't mystical, it's mechanical. You are an energy being, and breath is your engineer. So the question is, what energy are you breathing into your reality today? Life is a mirror. Whatever you project, it reflects. Most people don't realize their breath is the first signal the mirror receives. When your breathing is shallow, rushed, unconscious, life mirrors back stress, scarcity, and resistance. But when you step into the observer breath, you send a new signal: presence, power, and alignment. And the mirror changes instantly. This is why two people can face the same challenge and experience two different realities. One drowns in chaos, while the other glides through with clarity. The difference is awareness. Breath is your remote control for the mirror of life. Each inhale is a message to the universe. This is who I am. Each exhale is a release. This is what I let go. The observer breath turns reflection into creation. You're no longer just watching the mirror. You're shaping what it reflects. And when you master this, reality becomes less about struggle and more about flow. Look around you right now. Your life is reflecting your inner state. The good news: you can change the reflection instantly. One conscious breath is all it takes to shift the mirror. That's the power you've had all along. The power most people never use. Every moment you breathe, you make a choice. Whether you know it or not, you either breathe unconsciously, repeating old patterns, or you breathe consciously, engineering new possibilities. The observer breath is the awareness of that choice. When you breathe without observing, life feels random. Things happen to you. But when you breathe with awareness, life begins happening through you. You realize you are not powerless, you are the chooser. Think about it: every inhale can be a choice for expansion, every exhale a choice for release. That means you are choosing the vibration you live in, moment by moment. The tragedy is most people never choose. They simply react. But you are not here to react. You are here to create. The observer breath is how you take the steering wheel back. It's how you remind your body, mind, and spirit that you are not a passenger in life. You are the driver. Every conscious breath is a choice for freedom, clarity, and creation. And once you begin making that choice consistently, the outer world has no choice but to follow your lead. That's not motivation. That's mechanics. Everyone has shadows. Fear, doubt, old pain, the parts of ourselves we try to hide. Most people run from their shadows, but they don't realize that avoidance only gives shadows more power. The observer breath is the opposite of avoidance. It's the act of breathing light into darkness. Imagine holding your fear in your awareness, but instead of fighting it, you breathe into it. You observe it without judgment. You let the breath carry it, soften it, transform it. Suddenly, what felt heavy begins to dissolve. This is not denial, this is alchemy. The observer breath turns pain into wisdom, fear into courage, chaos into clarity. That's why shadow work feels impossible without breath work, because you can't think your way out of darkness. But you can breathe your way through it. The moment you shine the light of observation on your shadows, they lose their grip. They become teachers instead of monsters. And with each conscious breath, you reclaim a piece of yourself that was once trapped. That's how you engineer reality, not by running from darkness, but by breathing it into light. Your body is not separate from your reality. It is the foundation of it, and your breath is the bridge that connects the two. When you breathe unconsciously, your body stores stress, tension, and trauma. Those imprints shape how you see the world, how you react, and even what you attract. But when you use the observer breath, you reset the body. You send signals of safety to your nervous system, and your body relaxes into flow. Suddenly, opportunities feel less threatening. Conversations feel lighter. Your entire reality shifts because your body is no longer trapped in survival mode. Think of your body as an instrument. Unconscious breathing plays out of tune notes. Harsh, chaotic, dissonant. Conscious breathing tunes the instrument, aligning every cell with harmony. And when your body plays harmony, life responds with harmony. This is why people who practice breath work often heal faster, think clearer, and attract better outcomes. They've tuned their instrument, and the song of reality matches. The observer breath is not just mental, it's physical. And when the body is aligned, the whole reality follows. Take a deep breath right now. Feel how infinite it is. That's the secret of the observer breath. Each inhale is a reminder that life force is limitless. Scarcity is an illusion created by unconscious breathing. When you breathe with awareness, you tap into the infinite supply of energy, creativity, and possibility all around you. Every inhale becomes a declaration. I am connected to abundance. Every exhale becomes a release. I let go of lack. And reality mirrors it back. This is why conscious breathers often attract opportunities others can't see. They're tuned into abundance, while others are stuck in scarcity. The observer breath is your daily reminder that the universe is not withholding anything from you. It's your awareness that determines what flows. So, the next time you feel limited, pause. Take an infinite inhale. Remember that your breath has no ceiling, no walls, no limits, and neither do you. That's how you engineer a reality of abundance, not by chasing it outside, but by breathing it from within. The most powerful place you can ever be is not in the past, not in the future, but in the present. And yet, most people live everywhere except here. Their breath is proof shallow, rushed, distracted, but the observer breath brings you back home. It anchors you into the present moment, where all creation happens. When you breathe consciously, you are no longer lost in memory or fantasy. You are here. You are awake. And in that presence, reality bends. Have you noticed how children live? They breathe deeply, fully, naturally, and their world feels magical. That's the power of presence. Adults lose it, but the observer breath restores it. And when you live in presence, synchronicities happen. The right idea strikes, the right person calls, the right door opens. Not because of luck, but because you are finally awake in the moment where reality is shaped. That's the secret of presence. It's not just peace, it's power, and the entry point is always the breath. Your identity is not fixed. It's not who you are. It's who you keep breathing into existence. Most people don't realize this. They believe they are their past. But the observer breath gives you a choice. With every inhale, you can breathe in the self you want to become. With every exhale, you can release the self you no longer need. Identity is nothing but repeated states of energy, reinforced by unconscious breathing. Change the breath, and you change the identity. This is how athletes become champions, how leaders embody power, how creators step into genius. They don't just think differently. They breathe differently. Their nervous systems are aligned with who they choose to be, and once the body believes it, the world mirrors it back. So, ask yourself, who are you breathing into existence today? The fearful self or the powerful self? The observer breath makes that choice real. And when you commit to it, your entire identity and reality transforms. Everything in the universe breathes. The tides rise and fall. The seasons come and go. Even galaxies expand and contract. You are not separate from this rhythm. You are a microcosm of it. The observer breath connects you back to that universal rhythm. When you breathe unconsciously, you're out of sync with life. Things feel forced, heavy, resistant. But when you breathe consciously, you align with the universal flow. Suddenly, things feel effortless. Doors open without force. Paths reveal themselves. It's not because life changed. It's because you synchronized with it. The observer breath is your reminder that you are not against the universe. You are part of its rhythm. Every inhale aligns you with expansion. Every exhale aligns you with release. And in that rhythm, you discover the truth: reality is not against you. It's dancing with you. All you have to do is breathe in time with the music. You've spent your life being told that reality is fixed, that you must adapt to it, survive it. But today, you've learned a deeper truth. You are not just living in reality. You are engineering it from within, and the tool has been with you since your first breath. The observer breath is the forgotten key, the technology of awareness, the art of alignment, the science of creation. With it, you are no longer a passenger in life. You are the engineer. Every inhale is a design. Every exhale is a release. Every pause is a reset. That means nothing is random anymore. You are the architect, the director, the creator of your story. And now, the only question that remains is this: will you keep breathing unconsciously, letting life happen to you? Or will you awaken the engineer within and breathe reality into being? The choice is yours. The power is already in your lungs. Breathe consciously, observe fully, engineer reality. This is where your true life begins.